The year was 1953, and Frank Sinatra, the Lone Ranger, and the game Scrabble were all big in popularity. For the average family, their annual salary was $3,700, and this was enough for them to start living the American dream in 1953. The year started off with the inauguration of Dwight D. Eisenhower on January 20th. He was the 34th President of the United States. On February 5th, Peter Pan was released. Walt Disney produced this film based on the play and original character. It was the last Disney animated film that all 9 of the original animators worked on together. Also in February, the double helix structure of DNA was discovered by James Watson and Francis Crick. DNA had been studied since the mid-1800s, but they were the first to figure out that DNA was formed as a double helix, a ladder-like shape that split up to replicate, discovering how passing genes worked. At about the same time, scientists Rosalind Franklin and Maurice Wilkins were using X-rays to study DNA, and were able to provide proof of the double helix structure in one of their images. March 19th begins a new tradition for entertainment lovers around the country. It's the 25th Annual Academy Awards, but it was the first to be broadcast on TV. The Greatest Show on Earth won the award for Best Picture that year. The first issue of TV Guide magazine hit newsstands on April 3rd. On the cover of the first issue are Lucille Ball and her newborn son, Desi Arnaz IV. On April 13th, Ian Fleming published his first James Bond novel, Casino Royale. It was the first novel featuring the 007 agent and paved the way for 11 more novels, which American readers and moviegoers have enjoyed ever since. Coppertone suntan lotion became famous in June when it introduced the Coppertone Girl. It was an advertisement showing a young blonde girl in pigtails, staring in surprise as a Cocker Spaniel sneaks up behind her and pulls down her blue swimsuit bottoms. On July 18th, Elvis Presley recorded his first song ever. He walked into Sun Studios in Memphis, Tennessee to record a belated birthday present for his mother. The song he recorded that day was called My Happiness. On July 27th, the Korean armistice was signed. The Korean War ends after 3 years and 1 month. A new border between North and South Korea was also drawn, which gave South Korea some additional territory and demilitarized the zone between the two nations. On September 10th, Swanson's TV dinners hit the shelves. The previous Thanksgiving, Swanson had 260 tons of leftover turkey and didn't know how to get rid of it. They asked their workers for ideas, and thus, the TV dinner was born. October 4th brought another World Series title to the New York Yankees. This marked the 5th year in a row they won the series, and it was their 16th win overall. On October 19th, Ray Bradbury published Fahrenheit 451. He wrote the first draft of his novel on a coin-operated typewriter in the basement of the UCLA library. It charged 10 cents per half hour. By November, Eggo waffles joined TV dinners in the frozen food aisle. When Eggos first appeared on shelves, they were called Froffles, which was a combination of frozen and waffles, but customers started calling them Eggos because of the egg flavor. In December, Hugh Hefner published the first issue of Playboy magazine featuring Marilyn Monroe. He sold 54,000 copies, and the first issue was also undated because Hefner was not sure if there would be a second issue. On December 30th, RCA put the first color televisions up for sale. With the New Year's Day Rose Parade just ahead, RCA pulled out all the stops to broadcast it in color. The price for a new color TV in 1953 was just over $1,000.